If the power goes out tonight and you try to heat your whole house, you're making a fatal mistake. Not because you don't have the right equipment, because you're fighting thermodynamics and losing. Your house is bleeding thousands of watts of heat per hour through windows, walls, and gaps you can't even see. Any portable heater, propane stove, or fireplace cannot keep up. You're pouring energy into a system designed to leak. In the next 6 minutes, I'll show you the one-room protocol that actually works. The method that stops heat loss instead of trying to replace it. But first, you need to understand why everything you think you know about winter blackouts is wrong. Here's the scenario. It's 11 p.m. February, 7 degrees below zero outside. Every light in your house goes dark. The furnace dies. Within 60 seconds, you feel the cold creeping in through the walls. You check your phone. Power company says restoration time unknown. Could be 6 hours, could be 3 days. Your house is losing heat right now, 1 degree every 20 minutes. In 6 hours, you'll be at 34 degrees indoors. In 12 hours, you'll hit freezing inside your own home. Hypothermia is now a countdown, and here's what almost everyone does wrong. They panic, they try to heat the entire house, and that decision kills people. Let me show you why. When the power dies, people light the fireplace. Bad move. Fireplaces pull warm air up the chimney while drafting freezing air in through every crack in your house. Net result? You're colder than before. Others run propane heaters in the living room, moving from room to room, bleeding their body heat into 3,000 cubic feet of air that's dropping toward zero. Some burn candles. Some huddle under blankets in the middle of a massive, cold space. All of them are making the same thermodynamic error. They're trying to generate enough heat to overcome the heat loss of an entire house. And here's why that's impossible. Your body generates about 100 watts of heat. That's one incandescent light bulb. Your house, it's losing thousands of watts per hour. You cannot win this fight. Think of your house as a bathtub with the drain open. You can pour water in as fast as you want, but if the drain is open, you'll never fill it. That's your house during a blackout. Heat escapes through single-pane windows, through poorly insulated walls, through the attic, through the foundation, through every door frame and electrical outlet. Engineers call this the building envelope, and in most homes, it's a sieve. A portable propane heater puts out maybe 4,000 BTUs per hour. Sounds like a lot, but a poorly insulated 2,000 square foot house loses 40,000 BTUs per hour at freezing temperatures. You're fighting a 10-to-1 war. Heat loss will always overpower heat generation in a whole house scenario. So what's the solution? Stop fighting, shrink the battlefield. Stopping heat loss is 10 times more effective than creating heat. And you do that by shrinking the space you're defending. If you can't heat 3,000 cubic feet, don't try. Heat 200 cubic feet instead. This is called the one-room protocol. Pick the smallest bedroom in your house, not the living room, not the master bedroom, the smallest enclosed space you have. Maybe it's a walk-in closet, maybe it's a small guest room, maybe it's a bathroom. Size matters because every cubic foot of air you're trying to keep warm costs you energy. A 10 by 10 bedroom has about 800 cubic feet of air. Your body heat, around 100 watts, can actually make a difference in that space. Now here's how you seal it. Seal the window with plastic sheeting and duct tape. This stops convective heat loss and drafts. Roll towels tightly and stuff them under the door. No air movement in or out. Hang heavy blankets or sleeping bags over the walls. This creates dead air space between the fabric and the wall, one of nature's best insulators. Dead air doesn't conduct heat well. That's why double-pane windows work. That's why down jackets work. You're building the same system around your room. You've now reduced your defensive perimeter from a whole house down to 200 cubic feet. Your body heat matters now. 2 people in that sealed room can maintain a livable temperature for days without any external heat source. But we can do better. We can add thermal mass. Before your water heater cools down, act fast. Fill every container you have with hot water, 2-liter soda bottles, Nalgene bottles, pots with lids, mason jars. Water has an incredibly high heat capacity. It holds on to heat far longer than air. A gallon jug of hot water will radiate warmth for 6 to 8 hours. Place these containers around your body inside your sleeping bag, under blankets. You've just created a thermal battery. This is how people survived in unheated homes for thousands of years before central heating existed. The Amish still use this method. Hot stones, hot bricks, hot water bottles. You're not generating new heat, you're storing and slowly releasing the heat you already have. This works, but only if you avoid the one thing that kills more people than cold ever will. Here's what kills people in blackouts: carbon monoxide poisoning. They panic, they bring a propane camping stove inside and close the door to keep the heat in. Propane combustion consumes oxygen and produces carbon monoxide. You won't smell it, you won't see it, you'll just get sleepy, you'll lie down, you won't wake up. Others run a generator in the garage with the door closed, thinking the fumes will stay contained. Carbon monoxide seeps through walls, through door cracks, through ventilation. They're dead by morning. Cold kills slowly. Poison kills fast. Never burn anything indoors without proper ventilation. No propane, no charcoal, no gasoline generators in enclosed spaces. If you're cold, you can add layers. If you're poisoned, you're done. Cold is survivable. Asphyxiation is not. Let me show you the math. In an unsealed house with no heat, at hour 6, you're uncomfortable. At hour 12, you're shivering uncontrollably. At hour 18, your core body temperature drops to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. That's clinical hypothermia. You're confused, your speech slurs, you stop shivering. And here's the dangerous part: you feel warmer, but you're not warmer, you're shutting down. Your body is prioritizing your core organs and abandoning your extremities. This is the beginning of the end. But in your sealed room, with thermal mass and proper insulation, you stay at 55 degrees. Uncomfortable? Yes. Survivable? Absolutely. You remain conscious, you remain coherent, you remain alive. And that's the only metric that matters. This protocol only works if you prepare before the blackout happens. You need plastic sheeting, duct tape, wool blankets, a cold-rated sleeping bag, and containers for hot water. Total cost, under $100. But if the power dies tonight and you don't have these supplies, you're betting your life on how fast the utility company can restore service. And they don't control the weather, they don't control the ice storm, they don't control the transformer that exploded. Physics doesn't negotiate. The heat will leave your house whether you're ready or not. The only question is whether you'll be smart enough to stop fighting thermodynamics and small enough to survive it. Don't heat the house, heat the room. That's how you make it through a winter blackout alive.